Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
The long-awaited return of football is here, and we have a star-studded matchup for you today on Indiana SRN, where you always have a front-row seat. It is the Batesville Bulldogs of Class 3A and Triton Central, the Tigers of Class 2A. I'm Joey Lindstrom alongside the coach, Keith Myers. So good to be with you, and so glad you've chosen to join us here tonight on your Friday evening. Keith, we can finally rest. Actually, we can't rest at all because football season is here, but we can calm down because all that anxiety about waiting for it to come back is over. We can now get to the gridiron.
56 degrees on Monday, 62 on Tuesday, 84 today. So the heat has joined us. But, boy, what great games do we have tonight in this game, and the 3 other games on our network: Beach Grove, Greenfield, Covenant Christian, Heritage Christian, and Jasper Evansville Memorial, all on Indiana SRN. But stay with this one. This is going to be the best one of the night.
This is the most important matchup because it's the first one for a lot of these teams. You look at both these rosters, there's been a bit of a changeover, a lot of turnover. If you're looking at Triton Central, you have a staff that has been around for a while. Both teams were 11-2 last season.
Yes.
It just feels like a matchup that both teams have goals and high expectations for themselves. Weren't able to meet them last year. This year's a whole new year.
And Triton Central, very elite. They're #1 in our Indiana SRN preseason poll. Right. So they can compete with a 3A school right down the street right down the road from them. This was a great matchup last year, only a 2-point victory last year. So we're expecting a good game. Both teams come back healthy. Both teams have some new characters in the game, but home field advantage will help, I think, a little bit for Triton Central. This should be a great matchup. I'm excited. We've been waiting for having Batesville for 5 years on the network. We finally got them. Welcome, Batesville, to the Indiana SRN family.
We do welcome you, the Bulldogs. They've had to travel a little bit, too, as well, to get to Triton Central, being on the east side of Indiana. So that's a little bit of a trip.
74 is a nice little trip, though.
Yeah.
Made that trip twice today, so it's okay.
You did?
Yes.
And you made it here.
I made it here.
That's what we call commitment, folks. Both coaches, pretty illustrious careers so far throughout their high school coaching careers. Tim Abel, his 12th year at Triton Central, his 31st year coaching overall, over 225 wins. On the opposite side, you get Evan Ulrey, at his 9th year at the school, has not had a losing season yet since he's taken over the job at Batesville. So a little bit of some meeting of the minds as well.
Tim Abel's been around for a long time, been a good friend of ours and with the program with IndianaSRN, knows what we do. Tim was thrilled that we put this game on air tonight. You know, you look at Evan, he's excited. I met him at the down in Columbus at the children's little playground. His kids were playing, my nephew and nieces was playing, and we talked football for about 45 minutes, and our wives finally said, do you want to entertain us too? But Evans knows the game, very excited, good program, great school system, both school system, and our hats off to Brian Graham, who made this all possible today.
We're certainly grateful to be able to bring the action and highlight the amazing abilities of all these student athletes. We're going to take our first break of our pregame show. When we come back, we'll preview each side right here in IndianaSRN.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Moments away from beginning kickoff here at Triton Central, alongside the coach Keith Myers, Joey Lindstrom with you here on IndianaSRN. The Batesville Bulldogs, 11-2 last season, fell in regionals to Heritage Hills, the state runner-up in Class 3A. They matched program best finish for the third time with 11 wins. Again, Evan Ulrey has not experienced a losing season. He gets his quarterback back this year, Will Jaisley, and he's got a pretty interesting background. He's not going to go play football in college, but he's still going to use his arm.
Got a strong arm. He's going to play baseball. I think he throws about 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but we're going to tell him he throws that hard. Go to Notre Dame. Got a great arm. Give him time in the pocket. Find his receiver. He'll zip it down the field. The running backs, too. Gage is back with 215 yards of last year. And then Caden, the wide receiver, Kaiser, does a nice job catching the ball.
He does do a nice job catching the ball, 800 yards a season ago. He is out tonight, which is unfortunate. That's a loss for the Batesville Bulldogs, but they're going to have an answer for the passing game. Alex Kreckler, sort of the Swiss Army knife. He kind of does it all. He had 9 interceptions last year, but he plays tight end. He can catch the ball, too.
You know, if you intercept the ball, all of a sudden you go bingo. You're running down the field. You're enjoying yourself. Cheerleaders love you when you intercept the ball.
There's no doubt about that.
I never intercepted the ball, so I didn't know.
The cheerleaders still loved you, though. It must have been the mascot uniform.
It was the pizza I brought after the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never known you to not show up with food.
I love the food.
Yes, I know that.
By the way, thanks to Giacomo's tonight.
Yes, absolutely. The best catering you could get without being a catering company. Max Amberger as well. He's a formidable force on that interior offensive and defensive line. 2-time all-conference lineman and a state qualifier for heavyweight wrestling.
Yeah, very key player. You know, you got to keep him healthy. Pretty agile considering the size. He will make some great plays tonight.
The trenches is going to be the key piece and focal point for Evan Ulrey's team. You get also some outside pressure there from Damian Dance as well. Receiver, there's some new faces that we'll get to see for this Batesville team. We're going to take another break and talk about Triton Central on the way back and get you closer to kickoff here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Triton Central, a 2A sectional 38 team that was also 11-2 a season ago. They have 19 winning seasons in a row, 12 in a row now with Tim Abel in his 12th year at the school. Former New Pal coach for 3 years in Decatur Central. Prior to that, East Noble as well. Lost in the regional. They've been in the 3 years in a row they've won the sectional, so they just can't get out of their own way in that regional. But now this season they feel like they have new life, but a whole lot of turnover. They lost their starting quarterback, Jay Stuckey, because of graduation. He's off to Eastern Michigan. Yeah,
he's at Eastern Michigan. You'll probably see him because you're going to be doing some MAC games this year. But, this team, Tim Abel just knows how to motivate his kids, playing well. They got a couple kids not going to play tonight. Injury bug hurt them. But this is the game where Tim really thinks that he can set the thing. 3A school, play competitive, see what happens as they're getting ready to march on the field. And you can tell the way they're marching on the field, they mean business.
Yeah, that's some business walk.
I love that flag they have, huh? That red, white, blue flag, beautiful flag.
Beautiful. Not sure what the other one is. What do you make out of that now?
I don't know.
Is that maybe a school flag logo? I'm not sure.
Maybe it is.
There's another talented core that they will miss. Braden Wilkins, he went on to go. He's on to play at Franklin College, so he's gone and graduated. This team boasts a lot of talent on the interior, offensive, defensive line as well. So that's going to be the piece that they're going to need to win. We've talked about the emphasis for Evan Ulrey winning the battle in the trenches. Trenton Central is going to have to do that too.
The thing is both teams have equal number of players. I mean, We got solid. One of the things we talked about on the pregame show yesterday, you go to 1A school, you see maybe 20, 30 kids on the sideline. In these games, there's 60, 65. You go to 6A, you got 100 kids. Both programs have been very, very established, both great coaches. It's going to be battle of the turnovers and limit your turnovers. That's going to be the key of victory for these teams tonight.
The average of each offensive line, roughly about 240 pounds. Pretty good size,
Not bad.
especially for Class 2A and 3A.
Yep.
There's going to be the battle of the hog mollies in the trenches for sure. Let's take a minute to remind you of who we have to thank for bringing this action here on IndianaSRN. Reynolds Farm Equipment, a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group, we're in the business to create a better future for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. The Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And finally, the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updates and news from coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. By the way, catch the action on HCAC Division III football beginning September 21st. Tune into IndianaSRN and HCAC TV for 3 big games. Hope versus Rose-Hulman, Adrian versus Franklin, and Kalamazoo versus Manchester. Do not miss the excitement and intensity of D3 football. Be there and be ready.
As the officials get ready to do the coin toss, we get to see the coin toss as well. Coin toss brought to you by our good friends at Wheeler Mission. We have a guest from Wheeler Mission that will be with us at halftime. He knows me very well, so I'll just tell you this. He loves me.
Oh, yeah?
Just want to let you know.
You're a hard guy to not love, Keith.
I got you.
So just remember that.
I just hope he brought the check.
By the way, a disclaimer today. Today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited.
Also, we got to remind yourself that these officials are working for the better of the game, please do not yell at the officials. They have worked very hard. Without them, we don't play. Sportsmanship is number one.
Be a human being. A good human being at that.
See what the coin toss is. Looks like Triton Central is going to receive the ball. We're ready to go. How about this season, huh?
There's a lot of questions to be answered about this Triton Central offense, and we're going to get to see some of those answers right away. Of course, you see sometimes there's a little bit of butterflies when the lights get bright on Friday night in the first game of the season. But this is going to be fun to see what both these teams are made of. I mentioned Triton Central, number 1 in our SRN poll in Class 2A. They have high expectations for themselves once again. 3 years in a row winning their sectional 38. Some decent teams in there as well. Centerville, Eastern Hancock, LaPel, Northeastern, Shenandoah, Union County, and Winchester. Well, we will get to see Sam Collier behind center go to work for this Triton Central team. Initially, right off the bat, Coach, I turn to you for some keys at the top of your head here.
I think for Batesville, it's both teams opening night, so you're going to see a little bit of nerves with both teams. I think the key is the turnovers, penalties, early penalties. We're going to see a lot of holds. We're going to see a lot of really things that you don't really want to see early in the year, but it's just a born natural thing with the kids. I think what I would do tonight is I would make this an onside kick to start the season.
Surprise
and see what
everybody?
happens. Yes.
Wow. All right. Put your Sean Payton hat on.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. They're going to
the
kick it
start of
away
the
because
game,
I said to go to a
Right,
kick.
right. Well, in honor of the Dublin Classic going on tomorrow, who could forget 2 years ago Scott Frost
Oh, yes.
and an onside kick only down by 1 score at the beginning of the second half.
Here we go. Yeah, it's a great onside kick. It's a squib kick, though.
Oh, it might have. Might have been an interesting deal there, but Triton Central recovers it well in good field position at the 28-yard line. Good to see Sam Collier stepping up, the senior who threw for about 35 yards last season. Not a whole lot of touches, played some receiver as well because of Jay Stuckey and his brilliance at the quarterback position. Now it's his turn.
It is his turn. If you're just joining us, Batesville is, of course, wearing the white with the blue, and Triton Central, the lovely green, as you pointed out earlier today.
I love it. I think it's very cool.
I think it's okay. By the way, we want to thank Ben Wood for directing tonight, and Sarah is on duty as well tonight. So going to have great coverage for you.
We're lucky to be in the presence of greatness.
And I think we just have our first delay game here. The officials waiting. They're resetting the clock.
Well, luckily, no delay.
There we go. Here we go.
Ready to go. Oh, a little shift early. And the Wildcat. That was Braden Brown, and Batesville snuffs it out right away as he goes down.
Slew of Batesville players.
That's Cade Stevens, in fact, number 26. Thought I saw 36. They're bringing second down and 14. Not how you want to start on your first play from scrimmage. They try to catch Batesville off guard there.
Again, we're going to see plays like this early in the game to see just weed people out. Well, a slew of receivers over on the opposite side.
Go out on the right side for Collier. He's actually going to go to the one receiver side.
Oh, my.
Has his receiver downfield. Zeke Robertson.
How about that? So our first play was a bust, and then I'm just going to chuck it, and you're going to come up and get the ball. Nice job. Nice catch. Look at this. Great protection. One-step drop. Look how wide open he is, Joey.
Gets the beat on his cornerback on the post route. And an easy pitch and catch for Sam Collier in his first completion of the season.
You got to feel pretty good about that.
Triton Central gets a firework play in the second play for scrimmage after it looked like their Wildcat was going to be clearly unsuccessful if they tried that once again. They get a first down carry here for minimal gain.
Maybe got a yard. I tell you what, that front line for Batesville, very big, and you got to move them.
Going to be trips to the boundary here for Sam Collier. Collier, the 6'1", 165 senior, finally getting his shot. And the big shot in the second play from scrimmage. He keeps it here and slides down smartly back to the original line of scrimmage. Most important thing, Keith, is keep the quarterback healthy and clean.
You got to keep him clean, and you don't want to you don't want to give a big play here by your defense at all here. I think you throw it up here, 3rd and 10.
So 2 plays back to the original line of scrimmage for Triton Central. Big 3rd down here, the first of the day. Collier looking, going to try to keep it himself. There goes the senior down for a couple yards gained, and he will have a 4th down. Decision time for Tim Abel. Looks like Collier might come off.
He's going to get a play over. That you got to count your defense there. The coverage did a nice job for Batesville to get him out of the pocket.
I like the aggressiveness early here, too, from Tim Abel.
Which tells you might not have a field goal kicker that can kick it 53 yards.
I don't know many field goal kickers in the state that could get that one. A 52-yard field goal from there. The touch pass, trying to catch Batesville off guard again, doesn't work for Triton Central. It's a turnover on downs.
And you got to like this. Batesville was tested and did a nice job of making the stop. Now it's time for the defense as you see the celebration over there, and Batesville defensive coordinator is pretty happy with its defense.
Will Jaisley and company get their first crack at possession here against the Triton Central team who, after that big play, Keith, just didn't really feel like they were able to take advantage and build on that momentum.
First play, offensive play for Batesville of the year.
And they also get a shift on their first play.
I love it.
Split back, 2 tight ends for Batesville. It'll be a handoff on the first play to Gage Pullman. And Pullman goes down for minimal gain. At Morales Group Staffing, we're in the business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Call us today, 317-472-7600.
So you get about 4. Well, you get about 2. 2nd and 8. I like the motion offense early.
Certainly a sense that both coaches want to move the defense with some of that action and that motion. You might see the shift all night, though, from Batesville. Enough once again. Good room on the right side for Carson Hartley.
First down of the year. Looked like a little trap play there, Joey, and freed him up. Gets that first down.
Yeah, these guards are going to move the big boys up front.
One of the things that you will see this year in high school football is that 40-second ready for play clock. Once that ball is there, that will clock. The clock will run. They're going to try to expedite the games a little bit faster this year.
Triton Central in the 4-4. And bring both linebackers. Another handoff for Pullman. And this is the bread and butter for the Batesville Bulldogs.
And what they're doing right now, too, is controlling the clock and controlling the time. This might be one of the games where I'm going to get the ball and I'm just going to run the clock out, and I'm not going to give you the ball.
Just like you mentioned, too, on the previous play, you had that ball, that clock continuing to run. It favors a team like Batesville because if Triton Central can't go fast on offense.
Exactly.
We don't know yet, but if they can't go fast on offense, then that might spell trouble for the Tigers.
Look at him. I love how he surveys the field.
Strong eye for Jaisley. His first pass of the day is complete. Outside to Alex Kreckler. Shy of the line to gain, and this will be 3rd down and 2.
Drops back. Nice dive by the defensive, holding him for the first down.
21 receptions a year ago, just under 300 yards, 4 touchdowns for Kreckler. I know Batesville likes the split eye and likes to get Jaisley under center. Pretty impressive if you think about that. He had 29 touchdowns through the air last year and 1,800 yards passing.
Sounds like your stats when you were at Butler.
That's not true.
Oh!
Quick hitch outside, ball's up, and nearly picked off.
Man, that ball was deflected 3 different times.
Just trying to find Damian Dance on the outside. Fellow senior. 4th down and 2. Both teams going for it.
Look at this. Nice swat. There's 1. There's 2. There. It was like a volleyball. 3 set need a spike.
It's Cash Compton almost had the pick. I think he would have had nothing but daylight in front of him.
I think he would have got 6. Big stop here.
We're over halfway through our first quarter already. I'll try to get Triton Central to jump offside.
And now you got the timeout.
Evan Ulrey takes his timeout. And we will take one with him. Halfway through the first quarter already. Batesville 4th down on the way back.
Piece of equipment you can trust. One that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile. Something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds.
4th down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Jaisley under center. He'll give it. Pullman leaning forward.
Ooh.
Did he get? He needs the 45 to get the line to gain.
Which step? What
They're going to
are
say
they
he got
using?
it. I see the officials down there. Line judge.
See, I would be asking for a measurement if I'm Tim Abel.
The mighty pointer finger says it all.
Oh. Well, he did extend the ball.
His rear end may have been down before he got over, but first down and 10 for Batesville. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give a call today, 317-849-0810.
The
play clock is
is malfunctioning.
First game for everybody.
It is.
Putting the clock.
Now your back judge, the back official, will keep the play clock, and he'll give them a 10-second warning, a 5-second warning, and nothing else but a flag if you're late.
Full house almost looked like victory formation.
It did.
Or still does, rather. We're going to try the trap. Minimal gain. Still 3, though, for Batesville.
Early first quarter score, Heritage Christian leads Covenant Christian 7-0. They're at Covenant Christian. Other games on the network is Beech Grove and Greenfield, and also Jasper Memorial. They won't start until 7:30 our time, which would be, 7:30 tonight. Second down and 8.
Just over 4 to play in the first quarter. Jaisley keeps it himself on the fullback option. Triton Central snuffs it out once again.
Crawford on the tackle.
Colton Crawford, the senior, 6'2", 225.
Didn't bite on the play at all. Stayed home.
His D-line is going to be pretty formidable. 51 through 55. You get Willie Baugh, Nick Riggins, Seth Richardson, and Colton Crawford. When you have a front four, leveraging those outside linebackers is important, especially against a run-heavy team. Screenplay on the outside for Pullman.
Oh, nice.
Brought down immediately by Triton Central. Devin Garganis, big tackle. He wasn't fooled at all there, Keith.
Both teams have really kind of been, but not have broken here. This is a big play at 4th down and 12.
It is. We'll see if Batesville is going to go for it. Looks like Jaisley's back there. He is the punter, so he may just go ahead and pooch this.
There it is,
will.
pooch. Bounce that ball, get it in the end zone. Whew.
Almost. One heck of a punt already for Jaisley. Nearly getting there to try to down it was Damian Dance, and this will be Triton Central. A pretty good defensive drive for Triton Central there.
Not bad at all. I would take it.
At Boilermakers Local 374, they represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermakers Union Local 374 to do your job right the first time. Second drive incoming for Sam Collier. Both teams trading blows. Physicality in the trenches is exactly the theme that we were expecting to see tonight. They've done just that so far. Handoff to Cade Stevens. Another minimal gain. Both defenses on it to start the season.
You know, maybe that's what you're expecting tonight, that the defense is going to play a little bit differently because they know to stop the ball. The offense is, this first time they did a scrimmage last week, but they only got maybe 92 plays in offensively. Both of these teams really want to run and establish the run and throw. Very interesting. Very quick first quarter, too, I might add.
Just over 2 to play. Shotgun for Collier. Bring Weston Smith in motion. Another handoff to Stevens. Tough sledding on the rushing attack so far for Batesville. For Triton Central, rather. Batesville is snuffing it out.
You got 4 defenders stopping that play.
Bryson Hageman, big number 8, just a sophomore, was keen to that play.
3rd down and 8 with 1:30 to play.
Got to go for the sticks here, right, Keith?
I think you throw it, but I've been wrong all year long so far. It's early.
It's early. Collier, quick throw.
There
Found
it
his
is.
receiver on the spot route.
You see the pump, fake the defenders. Nice job, delivered a perfect strike, first down.
Chase Chandler on the big gain. Collier 3 for 3 so far.
Chase caught the ball a lot last year for the Tigers. Dad, principal of the school. I think Chase could probably play that next level, Joey.
Looks like an athlete. It's my first time seeing him play. Minutes ago in the first. Trenton Central trying to compound on its efforts. Collier going deep for his receiver.
Oh!
It was Chandler just outside his palms.
If his hands were 2 inches longer. Look at this. This is a great throw, too.
Beautiful throw with pressure in his face. as well. Chandler just outside his reach.
That's when you hold your breath. Look at the crowd. Nice
Especially,
crowd. We got a crowd all the way down the fence line. Did you see that?
Yeah, wish we could see the home stands as well. It looks good. Beautiful night for football. Just good to have it back.
Can you imagine? We got 12 weeks of this. And it will go quick.
Yeah, it will. Faster than we expect. Trips for Collier on 2nd down and 10. He's brought down for a big sack.
I tell you what, they read the blitz with their
Judd Rank. First to hit him, and Gage Pullman finished the job.
I think they can just run the clock out here.
I think they will. 3rd and 17. Western and Laurels for that first quarter. Both teams playing some pretty stout defense right now. Triton Central gives up the sack, trying to keep their drive alive. We'll be back here on IndianaSRN. Second quarter on the way back.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Passionate Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, Passionate Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Call us today at 317-537-1811. Alongside the Coach Keith Myers, Joey Lindstrom with you. So glad you've chosen to spend your Friday evening with us. Watching your favorite teams, I'm sure, Triton Central and Batesville.
Always have a front row seat. Hope you got your popcorn and your Coke ready. I noticed you had 5 or 6 slices of pizza tonight.
And some Chipotle as well.
Yes, you did.
Sometimes I still eat like I'm playing.
I understand.
Scratch the itch, you know. Timeout for Tim Abel. Had too many men on the field. And we'll take another break for the timeout.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
3rd and 17 upcoming for Triton Central. Hey, help us put up more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org, directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunity for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
That donate button right on the front page. The more you give, the more opportunities we have. A lot of football games in store for you. We'll talk about our schedule during the post-game show, but big play here, 3rd and 17.
To keep the drive alive for Triton Central, Sam Collier almost had that deep shot to Chase Chandler. He's got pressure. Look for Chandler again, and it's caught.
Took that away from him.
That was Braden Brown, in fact, on the outside. On his head, Braden Brown keeps the drive alive for the Tigers.
Look at the jump ball here. Goes up and gets it. Now, by rule, this is simultaneous possession. Then he takes it right away from him. If they both come down at the same time, it's the offensive player's ball. That's a great play. Great defense, by the way. That's how Ben Wood used to play defense.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they jumped over his head, and they still caught the ball.
I didn't know Ben had it like that.
Oh, he was an All-American.
He's as good at producing as he was when he was an All-American.
Better, I think.
In sports. I think so, too. Collier trying to build on the momentum he just created for his team. Throws that ball out with the pressure.
That's a smart play to get rid of the ball.
He's 4 for 6 for 72 yards so far. And with the rushing game, I know you want to establish the run, but the way Collier's throwing the football right now, seems like that might be where you need to go.
Is that what you do if you're coaching? He's hot, you just let him sling it a little bit?
Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot kind of thing?
I guess
That's how
so.
I play pickup. It doesn't usually work that way. No, related to football.
I get pickup, but I never got picked. I always got picked last.
That sounds like you still got picked.
Well, I went and got the Cokes. That's what I went.
There you go. Everyone needs a good teammate.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
2nd and 10, spinning outside of his receiver. And on the run goes Zeke Robertson for his 2nd catch.
Boy, if he could just go out to the point, that would be.
Pretty excellent pitch and catch here. In motion, no less. So he already got started on the run. Good gain for Triton Central.
Got an updated score at Greenfield leads Beech Grove 15-0 at the end of one. Scores are coming in quick already. I think we're the only team that's scoreless right now. But they're knocking on the door.
Triton Central finally in the red zone for the first time today. Man-to-man across the board for Collier. Finds his running back, Cade Stevens on the run. Good move on the outside. Stevens throwing a stiff arm and leaning toward the end zone, just shy of the goal line at the 1. He's down.
Look at this block here. Number 9. Nice block there. Got out of the way. And he just keeps motoring.
And with that pass, Sam Collier already over 100 yards passing on the day. Leaning for the end zone. I think he's short. I was about to say he could cap it off there with a rushing touchdown if he wants to.
I think he fell down before he even got the ball there, Joey. This ball is on the 3-inch line.
Every inch matters. What's that movie? Any Given Sunday?
Any
Al
Given
Pacino?
Sunday. Yep.
You're like kind of an Al Pacino kind of
Hoorah.
character.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's early and my jokes are working. I like it.
They always work for me.
Okay, fine.
And he does cap it off with a touchdown. Sam Collier was dealing on that first drive. It gets a rushing TD to pay it off.
9 minutes, 21 seconds on the drive.
You said 9 minutes?
No, I said not with 9:21 left on the clock on the first.
Like, wow, that
no,
that
it
went
was
by
not a
slow.
9-minute drive, but it was a pretty long drive. Extra point, very important here. Good.
Nick Tormelin knocks it through. 7-0, Triton Central. Big drive to take home the points. We'll be back.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Batesville set to answer Triton Central's scoring drive. Pretty excellent work by Sam Collier, the senior quarterback, with the touchdown to cap it off. And good coverage on the kickoff to take down Pullman. He teased the little reverse.
Yeah, they went to the breaker, so to speak, and to tell you which way to go.
The return Ruski. I'm not sure what the technical term is.
I do like the 25-yard line, though, to start the drive. Don't forget, we have soccer for you tomorrow on IndianaSRN. We have a doubleheader, Heritage Christian and Chittard, from Chittard High School at 1:30 and 3:30 as we kick off our soccer coverage on IndianaSRN.
Kreckler has to get off real quick.
We got too many players.
Tough when you pack everybody in the box. You always have too many. Look out!
Fumble!
Falls down. A huge hit from Bo West. Triton Central might be on this thing. And they are.
They are. Wow.
Huge play for the Tiger defense.
The blitz got him. Look at this. He was untouched, Joey.
Yeah, nobody accounted for Bo West on the outside. Free reign.
Whoa.
Jaisley had no chance. He didn't even see him. Blindside hit on the forced fumble. Triton Central takes over with wonderful field position on the 15.
You score here, you just control the game.
We talked about not knowing if one team gets out to a lead, if either team is built for that fast-paced offense. Batesville, certainly based on what we've seen so far, they're a little bit more of a slower pace. They can't afford to get behind by too much. Hand off here inside to Stevens. Minimal gain, and Collier will go to the sideline for their next play. We tell you about Piper Logistics for more than 2 decades. The seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with us today, 317-396-1023.
Greg Piper has been with us for 7 years, thanks to Greg and his staff. Good people.
2nd and 7 for Triton Central. Man-to-man again for the Batesville defense. Stevens inside, taken down immediately.
They tried that trap play. That's the 2nd time they've done that.
Damian Kreckler on the tackle. Brother to Alec. They were 85 for Alex and 58 for Damian. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Triton Central can really take the wind out of Batesville's sails if they are able to score on this drive. Still man-to-man for Collier. He's looking to the end zone. Fires, and it's caught by Robertson.
Wow.
Zeke Robertson, his 3rd catch on the day. That was a quintessential connection between the two.
Look at this.
Finds the junior.
Plenty of time.
Floats it.
Just goes right to the corner. Triton Central scores quick. Extra point. Got it.
Tomerlin knocks it through. 2 quick scores then for Triton Central. All of a sudden up 14.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 9222. 1 800 848 We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Quick start for Triton Central. They lead 14-0, Joey. Batesville has to capitalize on this drive.
You got to, especially when that first play from scrimmage on that last drive goes awry like it does. Forced fumble, gives the Tigers the ball back, and they make quick work with it. Jaisley on the return with a vengeance, lowering the shoulder.
Man.
He's known to return some punts and kicks in his time in high school football.
Got some update scores for you, brought to you by our good friends at Chris Shields Assigning Officials. Heritage Christian leads Covenant Christian 21-0. Greenfield leads Beech Grove 15-0. And, of course, here 14-0. Evansville Memorial just kicked off.
Be fun to see how the Evansville schools do.
I tell you what, it's fun to go down there every week.
Evansville Memorial won their first lacrosse state championship.
They
this
sure
year.
did.
Saw that in IndianaSRN. They had a lot of football guys on that team.
They did.
So it'll be fun to see them, see how that pays off for some of those juniors that are on that team in the spring. Hand off here up the middle, and a couple-yard gain. That's called 3 for Batesville.
And you know IndianaSRN is your official home for lacrosse, women and men's lacrosse.
It was a fun season.
Great coverage this year.
2024.
Yep. You'll be back, right? You'll be in the booth?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Wouldn't
good.
miss that. One of my favorite events.
Well, if CBS calls, you got to let them know you got to work for us on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
You compete on the raid. Batesville in that split eye. And run to the strong side. Got a hole. Pullman, a huge gain. Up to the 45.
That's almost like a breath of fresh air, if you will. Now you can take a deep breath and go, okay, this is job. Look at the offensive line making this hole here. Boom. That's so big, Jerry Collins could get through that hole.
With his car, you think?
His new Honda? Probably so.
Batesville is a very methodical and deliberate way of getting the ball down the field. Tim Belmer, Evan Ulrey, and the staff.
Nice bootleg.
Jaisley throws here, and it's caught by Kreckler. Another first down. Kreckler's still going. Shakes off the would-be tackler to keep the drive going for Batesville.
You think he's a little bit pumped?
I think so, especially when you're breaking tackles like that.
Young man is 185 pounds, 6 foot.
I don't believe that for a second.
I think he's about 6'2",
I think-
about 220.
I think they're being.
He's a big man.
I mean, that's. Yeah.
He's a.
Somebody forgot to write it. Somebody wrote in a 0 instead of a 4 or 5.
Yeah, look at. He's a big man. Oh, he's got it.
Jaisley on the quick slant, too tall. Trying to find Damian Dance. This team lost a few good receivers from a year ago. Cade Kaiser is back, but out tonight with an injury that he suffered during camp. That is a key loss because Jaisley likes to go to a guy like that. It's a 2-time all-conference player in Cade Kaiser.
And I think he'll be ready for maybe week 2, definitely week 3.
It's a welcome sign for Batesville. You get to know the things that you're good at this week. They've been running this system for all 9 years
That's
that
exactly
Evan Ulrey's
right.
been here as well. So they know that you're going to get the ground and pound football. But if you had a receiver that had 800 yards last season,
Pretty
good.
impressive.
They try it again. This time on the hitch, Damian Dance breaks a tackle. And he's out of bounds at the 24, called the 23. That's actually Christian Stinger.
I like this. Look at this. Little juke, and it gains another 2 yards before he goes out of bounds. Nice shot of the huddle there.
Stenger, the 5'11" senior.
You keep it up in the air?
I think you got to, right? Worked the last few times. Trenton Jordan down towards the bottom of your screen. Jaisley is going to throw. He's got pressure. Back over the middle. Dangerous pass for Alex Kreckler.
Man, he got hit hard.
Contact there with Zeke Robertson.
Got back up.
Yep, shakes it off. Tough kid.
Mm.
Hard by the Tiger defense. Ball incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Just over 5 to play here in the second quarter.
Substitute coming in. I'll maybe run the trap here.
Running out of time on the play clock. The handoff to Pullman. And he is wrapped up in the interior of this defensive line for Triton Central. Less for that large gain from Pullman. They've been pretty on the ball so far.
So 3rd down here. This is 4-down territory, no question about
Absolutely. 3rd and 6.
Quarterbacks will at least walk 5 miles today going back and forth. I always would want to put a meter on the quarterback to see how many steps he takes during the game.
Oh, yeah. Put down on a QB would be quite the track.
Interesting.
The fake to Pullman.
Got a flag.
And a little throwback screen. You're right. There's a flag down. Pullman. Oh.
Another.
His feet moving, but another big hit from Triton Central.
I think you might have an illegal formation here. Yep, illegal formation. Going to be a 5-yard penalty. The wide receiver was not up on the line. Are they going to decline this? Got a score early down in Evansville, Joey. Memorial leads Jasper 3-0. That is a battle. Jasper opening up their brand new football stadium. Very interesting. Early. Oh, they're going to take this penalty.
I got to see a picture of that. It looks good. Or that sounds like it would be pretty good. I mean, that's good programming on there.
Well, down in the pocket, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So, 14, 3rd and 12?
3rd and 12. Possibly an obvious passing situation. Jaisley looks to throw. Moves the pocket. Found his receiver wide open, but
just
too
behind
hot
him
for Damian Danson, a little behind. Good hold up from Triton Central's defense. 4th down and 12. Now, you can go for it here, of course, Keith. You could try to just put them in deep field position with a pooch punt.
I tell you what, our score bug people, they're working hard tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Got another update here. Greenfield leads Beech Grove 29-0 in the first half. Troy Daragowski celebrating his 40th year in the booth tonight, calling that game.
What a treat.
He'll be calling me.
Yeah. Jaisley rolling left. He's got his receiver open. It's Damian Dance.
Touchdown.
Walton in the end zone. Touchdown, Batesville.
They needed it. We woke up our director. Nicole is now wide awake now.
Sarah,
yes, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Big time throw.
Look at this.
Jaisley,
Look
his
at the
first
protection
touchdown
here.
of the season. All the big boys were like, who do we block? Everybody was in coverage.
He sees that end zone. He's going.
4th and 12. It takes some gumption to go ahead and throw
You
that
bet.
ball.
You bet.
On to kick the extra point, Brady Wannell. And Junior.
Oh, no.
Fumbled snap. He gets it off and just through. Sometimes,
did it go in?
Yeah, sometimes all you need is one step, I guess, for Wannell. Batesville answers, cuts the lead in half for Triton Central. Be back after this.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Are you looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services, serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Call today, 317-328-2555.
4:15 to play. The answer that Batesville needed.
And they got it in some unconventional ways. You get, of course, the big gain with Pullman, but they got the ball moving through the air as well.
Yep. And he's got plenty of protection, but the kid can sling it. I mean, he's going to be throwing baseballs at Notre Dame.
You have to find out which position he favors and what he might hope to play later on. Good coverage on the kickoff. That'll bring some juice for your team. Good pursuit there from John Durkheising.
During the got a 4-minute drive in you?
I think so.
You know,
My question to you, though, do you burn the clock here?
I tell you, well, yeah, you do. I tell you what, a couple years ago, they played Modern Day. They took the whole entire third quarter, scored at double zeros at the end of the third quarter to seal a championship. So they
Not
can't.
bad.
Tim Abel knows how to run the ball and knows how to hold on to the football. Tim's been around a long time.
Program's had a ton of success, 19 winning seasons in a row. 12 in a row with Tim Abel in his 13th year.
Catch up with all the scores. Don't forget to listen to Bob Lovell tonight. Indiana Sports Talk, Bob Lovell. Joey is going to make his little debut with our little
I've called in
summary of that.
I've called in before.
Yep. Bob's 30th year.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, pretty cool.
I'll have to give him a congrats. Not that he want to hear from me.
He wants to hear from all of us. Bob likes to sit in that booth and talk football.
He's the man. Weston Smith in motion. Handoff to Cade Stevens. 2 yards gain, just over 3 to play. Coming up at halftime, we'll have Dennis Tolles from Wheeler Mission chopping it up with Keith Myers.
Going to talk a little bit about what they do. A couple of things going on, big things in November that we'll talk about. That IndianaSRN, I think, is going to be doing some things with them. But they've been around a couple years. Denny is a basketball connoisseur. But we'll talk about football. But, man, if you want to talk basketball, Denny knows it.
Man.
Oh,
Right.
he does, especially in Indiana.
I'll have to test his football knowledge while we're here. Now we get the
Well,
opener.
he's got that Indiana football magazine, so he's okay now.
Yeah, he's been researching all
There's
day.
that first down.
Stevens gets the line to gain. Pretty tough running for Cade Stevens. Knew he was going to have to be tough running tonight against a tough Batesville team who likes to load the box. They've handled it well so far.
And you're right at 2:30, so you've run 4 plays. You ran some time off the clock. little confusion there. Boy, they're going to spray this out, Joey.
First down for the Tigers. Collier's under pressure. Another sack for this Batesville defense.
Is that the third one tonight?
It sure is. This time, Max Amberger. The state qualifying heavyweight wrestler ropes him down for loss of 8.
When he gets you down, he's got you.
There's no
question about it.
There's no question about it. Two-time all-conference lineman. I think his presence felt at 3 technique.
They're very physical in the trenches.
Collier, pressure again. He'll go down again.
Yeah.
This time tripped up by Judd Rank, his second sack of the day.
I'm surprised Batesville hasn't called a timeout here to get some time on the clock. There's your timeout.
Yeah, this defense woke up a little bit after giving up that first down on this particular drive. With 1:06 remaining, Batesville is going to take their chances here on 3rd down and long.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
3rd down and long meets Triton Central. Batesville trying to gain some momentum before halftime. Collier lofting for Robertson.
Nice.
It's deflected away nicely by Damian Dance. Had the touchdown on the last drive, makes a key play on defense here.
Beat him by a step and just deflected it. And if you're a young man playing football, deflected it away from everyone else who could catch the ball and did not get on his back so he wouldn't get the penalty for pass interference. Nice defensive play.
Yeah, really impressive defensive play. Now Batesville, a chance here, Keith, if they can go quick here with a minute remaining. This might be a tie game at the end of the half, or at least closer.
You need to boot this thing really well. Ooh, almost blocked.
Matthew Wilkins punt. Just past the 50-yard line, so good field position for Batesville with a minute to work and 1 timeout.
56 seconds remaining in the first half.
Have to be pretty economical about your decisions here.
Yeah,
the 1 timeout.
The 1 timeout kind of scares me a little bit.
Practice some frugality. I feel like you got to take it to the air.
Well, you did. That's how you scored.
Right.
So, what I find very interesting as first game of the year, and I'm just now probably going to jinx this, but not very many penalties have we got timeout.
Triton Central gets their first timeout of the day. Catch the action on HCAC Division III football on IndianaSRN beginning September 21. You can tune into our family networks and HCHC TV for 3 big games. Hope College against Rose-Hulman, Adrian and Franklin, and Kalamazoo versus Manchester. Don't miss the excitement and intensity of Division III football. Be there and be ready. Get involved.
Where you always
have a front row seat.
Always. 29-8 Beech Grove and Greenfield. 14-7 here. Memorial leads Jasper 3-0, and Heritage Christian leads Covenant Christian 21-0. Don't forget soccer tomorrow.
Where you at?
Heritage Christian and Chittard. Big conference matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Circle City action.
You know that Triton Central has welcomed Covenant Christian into this conference this year, so we will see Triton Central play one more time, or I think we have them twice more this season.
Well, that'll be fun. They're a fun group. Ranked 1A in our SRN poll. Jaisley on the outside, finds Pullman in the flat, keeps the feet moving. First down, and Batesville's got to go.
High school, it stops the clock until they get the ball set and the change set. Ball was in bounds. The official should start the clock right now.
And he is. Evan Ulrey is making sure his guys are set. They've got plenty of time.
Yeah, you don't panic here.
Maybe get out of bounds if you can on this next play. Jaisley is
Oh.
brought down in bounds and sacked.
Now you call that last time out.
Nicely done by Seth Richardson to bring him down on the toe drag.
Call that last time out with 32 seconds left. Here's our upcoming schedule. You ready for this? Tomorrow, the doubleheader, as we talked about. Soccer at Heritage Christian Chittard. This is a key volleyball game early in the year. Mount Vernon playing very well. North Central, really balanced team this year for volleyball. That's Wednesday night. And, of course, then Wednesday night also a conference game, Covenant Christian Beech Grove girls soccer for you on Thursday. And also volleyball as the Chittard Trojans taking on the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles. And we know somebody in the booth that would probably want the Chittard Trojans to probably win that game.
Who would that be?
Someone over that in that corner.
Okay.
We
I know
have her in the corner.
I don't think it's Ben.
No,
and
it's
you
not
said
Ben.
Oh, Sarah. I didn't realize
it's
you were
Sarah.
a Chittard grad.
That's her last name. Sarah Chittard.
You almost had me there.
We tried.
Close the yearbook, Sarah.
She's from Indiana. She's a Hoosier. We have a
Hoosier.
lot of our staff is from Indiana this year.
Yeah.
Nice
Indiana University.
Yeah, Indiana University.
Right.
We got a lot good partnership.
32 seconds. Batesville, no timeouts. Jaisley in the flat. Working outside, and that's not going to help their cause. Got to go here. Pullman on a 3-yard gain. Enough to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Got time. Oh, he lost 2 yards.
Not a ton of time.
Got to go deep.
They will at least get it out to the oh, no. Damian Dance got to get it out of bounds there. He tried for the extra yardage. 3 seconds remaining, and this is going to be a heave toward the end zone for a Hail Mary.
You quarterback. Go to the flag.
I don't know. I don't know if he was open or not. Didn't see it in real time, but of course you want to get more real estate there,
But
right?
now, do you go to the flag? You got to go to the end zone.
Absolutely.
Don't you? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you meant on that last play, go to the end zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it seemed like a bit of an unsettled play. They're just trying to get something off and stop the clock. They did, and this is going to be likely, in all likelihood, a heave to the end zone. Jay-Z's got pressure, though. Dancing around the pocket. Laser beam.
Holy smokes.
Finding his receiver. Gage Pullman, another catch, but obviously well short as time runs out. Triton Central has the lead at the end of the half. After getting the touchdown of their own, they force a fumble on the next Batesville possession, and the Bulldogs get a touchdown on their last drive. Your first half impressions, Keith Myers.
Very clean ball game, so I'm very impressed with that. I'm very impressed with the offense that we've really had. We've had 21 points. I think Batesville has something for them. They got to regroup a little bit, but considering that they haven't played football in a whole entire year, both teams look pretty good.
Dennis Tolles is our halftime guest. He'll be on with Keith when we come back, so don't go anywhere. Stay in your seats for halftime show. You're watching high school football on IndianaSRN.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you
Halftime scores for you. Triton Central leads Batesville 14-7. Also in other action, Heritage Christian 28, Covenant Christian 0, Greenfield Central 29, Beech Grove 8, and Evansville Memorial and Jasper Memorial leads 10-0. With us is Denny Tolles. He is from Wheeler Mission. Wheeler Mission's been with us. I think this is your third year with us.
Third year, I believe so, yeah.
And Denny and I have known each other for a long, long time. And, you know, we love what you guys do at Wheeler Mission. Over 125 years. I think it's 131 now.
Actually, 131, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is 131.
As we get ready to celebrate another year with you all, talk a little bit about the thrift store and all the things that you guys do for the community first, and then we'll talk about some special events as well.
Well, yeah, we're, like I say, 131 years, and we've got locations and shelters for men, women, and children. I know about 3 years ago we expanded our Center for Women and Children, which allowed us to really do with single moms with children and allow the children just to be kids. You know, be able to see mom put things on the table for them, and mom really providing for them and stuff like that. It really makes a big difference, and it just lets the kids be kids, and that's one of the really cool things we have. But you know, one of the things that I'm so impressed about with our mission is the fact that we have almost 40% of our full-time staff are former guests that have either come through the homeless, experiencing homelessness, or have been part of our drug rehab. And boy, you talk about a message that sends to our guests that are there now to say, hey, you know what? These guys that are leading me through all this, they were there also. And then the just sympathy and empathy that then our staff has for our current guests there to say that was me. That was me. So, well, when you can say 40% of your staff have been there, and that makes a big impact.
And then there is the funding, because people see what you have done, because those people have recovered and have been a pillar in the community, so to speak.
Absolutely.
The one thing I love about the thrift store that my wife visits almost every Saturday is that they get every single type of item. They price it right, and they move that out. And every single time we're there, they tell us how many meals it feeds, how many shelters how many beds it provides. It tells you exactly where that dollar is going. And a lot of businesses, you don't get that anymore.
Oh, I know. It is really impactful for us to be able to let those people that are donors for us to not just say thank you for your benevolent heart, but also really put numbers to it. Now, numbers only tell part of the story,
right.
But when you purchase something and you say, you know what, I purchased this for me, and yet in doing so, I provided meals for like 10 people for 2 days. And it's like, oh
it's
my
crazy.
Goodness, yeah, that's great. And as you know, and your wife knows, that's some great stuff up there in that thrift store. That has been, and we're kicking the tires on even having another one of that same ilk, of that size.
Now you say that, Denny, but sometimes we have enough window shades, and sometimes we have enough, knick-knack knobs and all those things. But we want to support you because you support IndianaSRN as well. Talk a little bit about that partnership. Why IndianaSRN and why Wheeler Mission?
Well, I think in my role as head of community engagement, one of the things, and of course, as you know me, having a long history in a lot of different sports, I've always thought that was one untapped resource that we don't use is the high school and even the college athletes and staff to be able to say, man, that is a great platform. That is a unique platform for these kids to go in and do not only team building things, but also because they represent something bigger than just themselves, i.e. the team that they are on. Boy, they can really move the needle on volunteer services, on doing donation drives and things like that. And we've also found out when we're able to really engage middle school, high school kids early on with the impact and the just the impact that they can have on their community by doing stuff like that. Man, we find that when they're in their 20s and 30s, they're ready to come right back to do that. So it is really, it really has some staying power.
And I will tell you, with you being on board as well, teams, coaches, high school principals, they recognize that well, and they get their kids involved in that as well, and that's important. When we come back, we're going to talk about some events that you guys do. I know you're wearing your golf shirt. Did you shoot pretty well?
I didn't play. I just stay out of the way when it comes to golf.
See, last year I was just invited to be a caddy.
Oh,
because the way I played last year, they didn't want me to come back.
I'm more of a happy go more type.
As Kurt Wallace told me, pick up the ball after you hit the ball 16 times. Go ahead and pick up the ball. We'll take a break with Denny right after this.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at halftime, score 14-7, Triton Central over Batesville. With us is Dennis Tolles from Wheeler Mission. And not only are you going to be around this year, but you're going to bring some people with you.
Yeah, we've got our president and CEO, Perry Hines, is going to be at a couple games. I think both of them are Franklin College games. Mm-hmm. And then one of our senior directors, Steve Germani, is going to be halftime guest at that. So, and I may sprinkle in a few other folks in there at the time, but at least those two people have stepped up and want to be able to be here.
You talk about college football. You can catch college football on IndianaSRN beginning September 21st. 3 big games for you on the HCAC. Hope and Rose Holman, Andrean and Franklin and Kalamazoo taking on Manchester. I think you have that Franklin. I think you're down for that Franklin game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah, yep. I think that's
so. Let's talk a little bit. You have a golf outing, several other events. Talk a little bit about that big thing in November. Talk a little bit about that small event that you guys do.
Yeah. Our big event is our drumstick dash on Thanksgiving morning. This will be our 22nd one. Started in 2003 with a few hundred people, and it's thought, well, it's a good idea. Let's see if it's going to work. And And pre-COVID, we had almost 20,000, and we're kind of getting back up to that there. We had, I think, about 15.5 last year, and needless to say, one of our largest fundraisers, and we thank Broad Ripple for opening up their doors, and not only the businesses but the people that live there to kind of put up with us for about 36 hours during that day, because it is a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, we love that, and people just come just because it's now a tradition for them. So really a wonderful thing.
Not only them, but it's a family thing. Last year, Kurt and I got to do the radio broadcast. He had me in the rain. Kurt was underneath a tent, of course. But it is a great event. We're trying to work out a couple things that we're going to do some podcasts with you, and looking forward to promote that. Talk about the golf outing, and then the other new event that you started about a couple of years ago, or has it been 2 years now?
Which one?
With the weightlifting,
no, actually, we're on our 11th year of that.
Is that right?
Yeah, 11th year of a CrossFit tournament.
There's a lot of people out there to do CrossFit.
I'll
Talk a
tell you
little
what,
bit about that. Go ahead and promote that one.
Yeah, that's a unique group of folks that do CrossFit, and
which I don't do, folks. Let me tell you, I don't.
But yeah, that has become our second biggest fundraiser, and we have 40 teams from all over the state. It's a co-ed team, 6 men, 6 women, that participate. This year will be on Saturday, September 21st at Park Tudor, and we do several of the CrossFit. We actually have a CrossFit group that actually runs the tournament for us, so that everybody knows exactly what they're doing. But one of the unique things about it is, because it is a fundraiser for us, they do all these events and they get points for these events. But one of the events is fundraising. So that they get so many points, and then you have winners and things like that. But we have a lot of people come out there and support us. I know the Pacers have been out there. The Colts Blue Crew has been out there. We've actually had Pacers and Fever players come out there. A lot of different people have been able to come out there and support us for that. And it is an energetic and exciting day for us.
Yes.
So we do that, and that's September 21st. At the end of May, we had a golf tournament. We have it at Eagle Creek. That was about our 14th year in a row we have it. Again, Eagle Creek is really great. Have been providing us everything for one of their courses, and again, a lot of peer-to-peer fundraising for that too. And then one of the new things we just had a few weeks ago, very first year we've done it, we had a pickleball thing at the Farmers Field House up there in Lebanon, and went really well. This year it was one of those things where we're like, let's just try it on. Just like we did the CrossFit thing, it was becoming so popular. We were like, well, let's dive into that. Well, that was like 11 years ago, and we hadn't had another new event, and with pickleball just having such a craze. So we had several knowledgeable people, some of the people that actually play on the Indy Drivers professional team that are friends of Wheeler, help us out kind of figuring out what's the parameters we need to do, and went really well. We really weren't expecting to make any money this year. It was kind of more of a break even. It was like, let's try this on and see how it works, and we're already planning for next year's. So
awesome.
It's great.
Denny's with us. We thank you for spending some time with us.
Sure.
I'm sure you're back next week as well. If there's someone out there who wants to contact and wants to be involved, either volunteering, how do they get a hold of you?
They can go on our website, and my name is up there as community engagement, or they can just call that number and say they want to talk to me, and they'll get me that information right to me.
There you go. We'll take a break. When we come back, second half action. It's IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
To you. business. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Title sponsors. Welcome back to IndianaSRN's coverage of Batesville and Triton Central. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, just heard from Dennis Tolles. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group, we're in the business of creating better futures for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And finally, the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updates and news from coast to coast. Log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. We're going to take one more break and get ready for the second half of action between Batesville and Triton Central.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Welcome back to Triton Central. Joey Lindstrom with you. Keith Myers will be joining us shortly. We'll take a minute to remind everyone around the IndianaSRN polls. Triton Central first in Class 2A on our poll, tied there with Providence. Lafayette Central Catholic at 2 with Carroll Flora. Indianapolis Lutheran and Putnam, both 3. Linton Stockton, Decatur at 4, and Evansville Mater Dei and Fountain Central rounding out Class 2A. Let's take a look at some highlights from the first half. Zeke Robertson, 3 catches, that one being the first one. A big play. He also had a touchdown that we'll get to a little bit later on. Sam Collier in his first official high school start in his senior year has 1 touchdown through the air and 1 on the ground. And he was dealing on the drive that they scored their first touchdown on. This one markedly to Braden Brown on the outside. And Brown, a mouse in the house type of play, but no worries because Damian Dance would make up for it much later on with his own touchdown. And Triton Central, after their first score, was able to get the ball back on a forced fumble of Will Jaisley off some huge pressure from Bo West. And just seemed like Triton Central never looked back in that first half, but Batesville did answer on the back of some good passing. In fact, this team known for its power I formation and running the football down the teeth of the defense. They know exactly how to pummel and punish defenses, especially in the trenches. But Triton Central still answered, and Batesville found some cushion in the passing game. We're off in the second half for Batesville and Triton Central. Pullman working down at the 28-yard line. A decent field position for Batesville. Let's see if Will Jaisley had 8 completions in that first half. 12 passes, had that fumble, of course, but had a passing touchdown to Damian Dance on a 4th and 12, mind you. And Batesville happy to get the ball back. They knew they would get the ball back. They were trying a last-minute heave toward the end zone. First half got done in about an hour 5 because of how much running both teams were doing. They get started doing the same with Pullman. Breaking some tackles on the fullback dive, keeping his feet moving all the way for a 9-yard gain. Player down on the field. Really hope he's okay. Hope that's just a cramp. Couldn't tell the number on that one. Both these teams 11-2 a season ago. Both veteran head coaches at the helm, and both sides just trying to get over that regional hump. Triton Central in Sectional 38, Class 2A. They've been sectional champs over the last 3 seasons in a row. Batesville lost to regionals to Heritage Hills, the eventual runner-up in Class 3A last season. Second down and 1.
Baltimore getting 9 on the run.
Jaisley with the I formation on 2nd and 1. Handoff again to Pullman. Why not? He'll be dragged down by Ben Wilkins. But it'll get not before Pullman gets the line to gain. Pullman heading into today's contest, 215 yards away from breaking the all-time school rushing record. And so far today, he is at 50 yards. If he were to get 215 in the first game of the season, it'd be something. And off on the right side. Good gain by Dylan Comer. But he's down. After a 7-yard carry. This would be a large pile. Included in there was Matt Rosen. All 6'5", 320, a big number 71. And as Dylan Comer is being intended to, give us time to tell you about Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. Also, check out the IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. High school, college, pro sports, we have it all. Check it out on IndianaSRN.org. And click on the Sports Page tab. Stay informed with the IndianaSRN Sports Page. And lastly, the Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and the affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. Don't forget, you can catch all the action on HCAC Division III football beginning on September 21. Tune into IndianaSRN and HCAC TV for 3 big games. Hope College versus Rose-Hulman. Adrian versus Franklin. And Kalamazoo versus Manchester. Don't miss that excitement and intensity of D3 football right here in IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. Looks like Comer is all right, walking off under his own power. 2nd and 4.
Again, the Bulldogs will be 2nd and 3 from their 49.
Jaisley more than content to take his time. Headed to snap. Pullman once again, another first down gaining carry.
Giving 4 on the run to the Tiger 47.
New set of downs for Batesville. Jaisley rolling out, loves moving the pocket. That's a tough throw, and he gets it off to Damian Dance. Another first down, this time through the air for Batesville. They look to be well in control of themselves here in this one, on this particular drive. Really tough as a QB to move to that left side as a right-handed quarterback and deliver a strike like that. And we know Jaisley can pin it in several different arm angles based on the way that he throws a baseball. And to Notre Dame next year. On the stop and go, he's got Damian Dance for a big completion. Dance is still going. Shaking off tacklers, finally brought down just outside the 10. A gash of the Triton Central defense. And another player down for cramps. How about that route on the outside?
The ball will be spotted at the Tiger 11, 1st and 10, Batesville.
Bulldogs are moving the ball right now into a great position to score. This is looking very similar to that first drive where they were able to finally score in the second quarter. But the injuries have really hampered some of the progress on both sides. Regardless, after the chunk play, 1st and 10 for Batesville. 3A team with a whole lot of expectation to go deep in the playoffs. Evan Ulrey in his 9th season. Would love nothing more than a big win on the road. Hand off to Pullman. Gage Pullman stopped immediately. Good push in the defensive line of Triton Central. Included in the mix there, Willie Baugh and Nick Riggins. Batesville will head to Milan next week. And then get their first home game against South Dearborn. Only 4 home games this year for the Bulldogs. Fake to both running backs. Jaisley looking end zone, deflected away. Pretty dangerous throw, trying to go for the score. Trying to look for Damian Dance there. Of course, with Cade Kaiser out tonight, the two-time all-conference player in the Eastern Indiana Conference. 800 yards a year, going 17 touchdowns. Damian Dance knew he had big shoes to fill tonight to open the season. He's already got 1 touchdown today. Jaisley looking, still firing to the end zone. More than willing to gamble on 3rd and 9 now for Batesville. Well-sustained drive for the Bulldogs here. And Triton Central trying to keep him out of the end zone. 4th down and 9. Last time they had 4th down in the red zone, they scored. Could this be the same fate for the Bulldogs? Jaisley rolling again to his right, firing. Pullman's got it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Shakes a tackler, rolls into the end zone. Gage Pullman, usually known for his rushing ability, catches the football on the outside. And the week 1 cramps continue to plague Triton Central on this drive. Batesville a chance to tie. Damian Dance, long snapping. And Triton Jordan, the holder. They've had trouble on their kicks. That one's knocked through again. Nicely done. Good patience for Brady Wannell. The second time that snap has been a little bit late. Doesn't matter. We're tied now. Batesville, big drive to tie it up.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Batesville nods an 11-play, 78-yard drive and ends with a score for Gage Pullman. And my analyst, Keith Myers, has returned from his long hiatus. You took a small vacation, friend. You missed a scoring touchdown.
I did. I'm sorry. I watched it in the lobby, but I'm glad I'm back.
Triton Central gets a chance to answer in its first drive of the second half. We're in the outside, a good return. Ball almost kept alive. I don't know how he ended up retreating backwards for Cade Stevens there.
You know, you look at the score, 14-14, and we're right back where we thought it would be, a very close ball game. Batesville did not give up.
No, they did not. This has been really, really impressive from Batesville. They looked more methodical on that drive. Just felt like they were earning every first down that they got because they're heavy on the run game, and then they went to play action. It really worked out well for them.
And the evening is cooling down with the sun being gone.
And that's a welcome sign because Triton Central had 4 guys go down with cramps in the last drive on defense. So let's see how the Tigers can answer. Collier. Well, he's just going to go deep.
Got him.
Yes, almost. Chase Chandler nearly hauls that one in, pleading for some pass interference, and he even needs to stretch out a little bit.
You know, you're going to get this on week 1 because they're just not used to playing in this heat condition. And if they did not stay hydrated, as you shared with me last year, you start hydrating tomorrow for next week's games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the rule is you really got to have your hydration locked in 48 hours before. I'd say even just – I think everyone could use more water, but especially if you're playing a high-intensity game like football. Okay. 2nd down and 10. Stevens up the middle, and nothing doing. It's Batesville defense. You know, you wonder what the message was for Evan Ulrey in that halftime in that locker room.
I'll give you 2 guesses. We didn't play well. And he probably did it really nice.
What's the other guess?
The other one is we will play better or take a long walk home.
So he really didn't give 2 choices. It was just
suggestions. I have had a coach who has said, now back in the day, you will walk home, and I will enjoy seeing you walk.
Because back in the day, you would go back home. It was uphill both ways, right?
With the snow. Got to pass.
No doubt. Great completion. And a first down for Chase Chandler. And the Tigers keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
You know, Troy, Joey, to be honest with you, we lost to Latin school in baseball, and our coach told us to get off the bus, and we did walk a block. That is a true story.
For you.
1973.
But the message was still the same.
The message was we didn't lose a game the rest of the year.
Love the way that Chase Chandler's been getting after the football. He does look like he's hobbled a little bit.
Yes.
Was favoring that left leg. He's still out there, though.
Yeah, but right now, during this time, you got to suck it up a little bit.
Collier.
Oh, swinging
on the right
it.
side, and Chandler just looked away before the ball was in his hands.
Had him. Quick 3rd quarter.
Been a quick game overall.
Yep.
Not a lot of incompletions.
Crowd's in this game, too. You can hear the crowd back there. Cheerleaders are definitely in it.
Oh, yeah. Crowd's rolling so far today. Collier lofting. Too long. Trying to find Cash Compton on the run. 2nd down and 10. It just seems like every Triton Central player
grabbing that ankle.
Coming up and grabbing an ankle. Yeah.
Yep. Trying to go deep, trying to beat the secondary. Draw play here.
You could. I feel like the way that they've been going after the defense through the air, there's a good sense around. Let's try to keep pushing that ball downfield like that, because the rush game has really been minimal. Let's say.
Halftime score 41-6. Heritage Christian over Kevin Christian.
Collier on the draw. You called it, Coach.
And he got he get the first down? He
sure did. Collier keeps the drive alive with his feet for this time.
So I'm 1 for 1 for the year.
You are. Your magic 8 ball is working.
It's time to quit. 41. I'm sorry. It's a 36-8 Greenfield over Beech Grove. And I just think I'm going to get an update. 43-8 now. Greenfield over Beech Grove. And Memorial continues to roll over Jasper 23-0. Jasper, Memorial jumped to 4A this season.
That's a big jump.
It is.
Coming to Christian jumped to 2, right?
Yes, sir.
I think Lutheran did as well. Collier lofting. Finally finds Chandler. But
and
it's
dropped
incomplete.
it.
He's going to want to have that one back. Bring up 2nd and 10. A gift from Collier to Chandler. That was a really well-placed ball, Coach.
Again, running without the ball. He'll be looking at that in film tomorrow saying, Coach, I'm sorry.
And I think rightfully so. Triton Central is really getting some good looks, though, through the air. Imagine you just got to keep peppering them.
Yeah, you do. I mean, plenty of time.
Collier outside, in the flat, finds Robertson. Breaks the tackle and gets the first down. This Zeke Robertson guy is really speedy. He's had some nice plays on the outside. He just moves really well. Doesn't look like he's even running too fast. He's just a quick guy. That's his 4th reception today. Sam Collier had 115 yards in the first half.
Well, he's adding to that total now.
And now at 140 with that completion.
I would take that for the day. Not bad.
For the day? Well, hey, he's just getting started, I think.
That's true.
Lofts out in the flat. Nicely done on the out route. That's Chandler, and he gets
What's he get?
some
Did he get the first down?
remittance there for his earlier drop. And he is just shy.
Just shy.
9-yard gain on the pass.
You know, they haven't really ran the ball this half.
No, they haven't. They had that first play from scrimmage where they went up the middle with Kate Stevens. And since then, it's been all through the air. Weston Smith, the superback, in there to lead block for Stevens, and this has just been the same story on the inside zone. Batesville is really ready for the run. Clearly a key going into this one for them.
Wow, I thought he had the first down, but they didn't give him the first down at all. They're short a yard. 4:29 to play, 3rd quarter. We knew this was going to be a doozy.
Think about the landscape and the scope of work for this Triton Central team. You lose your quarterback, Jay Stuckey. You have high expectations still because you get some returners, but it's just there's a lot of unknown, right? But I think what they know for sure is Collier seems to be a guy that can get it done through the air.
Give him some time. Block downfield, you'll be fine.
3rd and 1. Collier underneath, under center. You called it. I'm not going to give you the benefit. I'm not going to give you too much credit on that.
Really?
One. That one seemed like a little obvious.
Okay, fine. It's early.
I'm just giving you a hard time. You said you were going to retire. You retired for like 5 minutes on me before the second half opened here.
I didn't retire. I had other duties that I
felt
had
like
to perform.
Do you know who Vontae Davis is? He retired mid-game one
Did he?
time, NFL player, yeah, safety.
Well, you know, there's other responsibilities that I have other than just babysitting you.
Right. Thank you, yes.
I had to sign my autographs. Didn't you see the line down there at the concession stand? They wouldn't let me go.
They never do for some reason. And you always come back with popcorn. Here's Stevens on the outside, again being stopped at the line of scrimmage or behind. It's been tough going for him.
At least I didn't send Ben to get my popcorn this week.
For once.
Got an official timeout.
Yep, Dylan Shane on the tackle and player down for Batesville. Give us time to tell you about Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today for coverage tomorrow. 317-894-7000. By the way, make a difference by helping us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org, directing your donation to a specific school, or hitting the donate button. More games means more opportunities for our kids. Indiana SRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Also want to thank Aspen Creek Grill for hosting our coaches show and preview show last night. It was a lot of fun. Had our SRN poll, and we will have our SRN poll out on Monday. Troy Daragowski taking care of that for us, and be very interesting. I'm sure with a win here, Triton Central probably will be remaining number one. I tell you what, though, Heritage Christian making a big, strong push this week as well, winning 41-6. A lot of things going on.
Just so glad football's back. Week 0 for college football starting tomorrow. Full slate next week for week 1.
Okay, you got to explain for those that don't know what week 0 means.
Yeah, who knows what it means, honestly. It should be week 1, but it's
week
the
0.
Week before all the other games start.
Okay.
Stevens, boy, finally got some running room. Makes some hay there on 6-yard carry.
Can we do this real quick? I want to thank our CEO, Jerry Collins, and all the work behind the scenes, not only today, but throughout the last 9 weeks, getting all the production ready, working with all of our production guys, our directors, our top-notch people know the game. Really want to thank IU has a partnership down in Bloomington. They have done a nice job with that. You're going to have great coverage this year on IndianaSRN.
As you always do, but now even more new and improved every year.
Yep.
It's awesome. 3rd and 5 for Triton Central. Collier looking. Makes some evasive maneuvers, and he'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. But
got a late
down.
flag, and he threw that with authority.
Quite a late flag. Yeah, that was a statement.
They might have grabbed the face mask when he was down on the ground.
Did you hear that cheer, by the way?
Yep, there was the face mask.
Face mask. Use that muscle, take it across the line.
I gotcha. And then we got to thank you, Joey. Joey's folks is going to be with us a few more weeks, but got the call up to do some college football. Very proud of you, young man.
Well, thank you.
You are the 7th one that has left the booth of IndianaSRN. We trained you right, but congratulations. Very proud of you. Cannot wait to do lacrosse with you during the off season, but we wish you lots of success. And don't forget the little guys now. If you want to come down and do some things, you're more than welcome to do that.
I'm more than grateful because SRN is really where I got my start. So I have you guys to thank for a lot of the progress that I've made, and I'll be around. Don't worry.
Very proud of you.
Don't worry. Thank you. Let's see if Triton Central can get themselves in a spot to get ahead of Batesville on this drive. 3rd down and 3.
That's the first time they've had motion twice, Joey.
Collier.
Oh.
Gets to the line to gain. A whole lot of laundry on the field right now.
I think you're going to got to hold right here. Yep.
Even the PA announcer he stuffed that one out as well.
So now you got to go back 10 yards. And now it's going to be 3rd and 13. Yeah, it goes back to 3rd and 13, correct?
I believe so, unless they go from the spot of the foul. But this is going to drag back Triton Central well behind the sticks.
Don't forget, soccer is on IndianaSRN tomorrow. Chittard versus Heritage Christian, 1:30 and 3:30, boy-girl doubleheader. Troy Daragowski, yours truly, and Nick and Eric on the call.
I love
Looking
it.
forward to that.
It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be nice and warm in that booth, I'm sure.
It's at Chittard?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that'll be nice and warm. Sometimes you get the cross breeze, though. Outside on the flat for Cade Stevens. He's trying to get a little more breathing room. And for the field goal attempt here from Nick Tormelin.
You think you bring him in for this?
Maybe. You never know with this kind of situation. May as well give him a shot, perhaps. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case for the junior. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Each team has had one sole possession for this third quarter. A swift game, if you've ever seen it.
Plenty of time on the clock.
Fourth down and 9.
I love the 40-second play clock. Oh, he's open to the flat.
Collier finding Chandler, and it's incomplete. Deflected by Damian Dance.
Second time today.
No, that was Christian Stinger.
Okay, Stinger.
Nicely done by Stinger on the outside.
Boy.
Turnover on downs, and then all of a sudden the momentum is flipped.
Had him right here, and look at this recovery. Great recovery.
Excellent work on with the ball in the air by Stenger. And now Batesville has new life coming off that touchdown drive. He answered the bell on defense.
We're going to go in the fourth quarter tied.
We knew this was going to be a good one.
I don't know. I'm glad we picked this one.
Well, you get the final executive decision, right?
Yes.
Inside, Pullman. And Gage works himself down for a couple-yard gain there. By the way, Aspen Creek Grill, you mentioned them. Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you've got to try Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care, you will not be disappointed. The Bing Bang Shrimp, right?
The Powwow Shrimp.
That's your go-to order, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no doubt. Well, you can get that in many other orders at Aspen Creek Grill. We're going to take a break. Tied going into the fourth quarter. Triton Central, Batesville.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
All tied up in the fourth quarter. The first game of the season for Batesville and Triton Central here on IndianaSRN. Alongside the coach Keith Myers, Joey Lindstrom with you. So glad you've chosen to join us tonight. Triton Central had a drive that really looked promising. Get all the way down to fourth down, and a beautiful pass breakup by Christian Stenger. Gets Batesville the ball back. 1 touchdown in this half already. Both teams traded possessions in the third quarter. Batesville gets us started here in the fourth. Jaisley.
Oh, he's opening the flat right there. There you go.
No doubt. Great completion. On the run goes Carson Hartley, the sophomore receiver, for the first down gain.
The momentum has really swung toward Batesville a little bit.
I was wondering if they were going to just run the football as much as they could here in this fourth quarter, because you know you have that at your disposal. You're getting first downs with Pullman on the ground. Obviously electing not to, and in good position here to throw the football. Jaisley, by the way, just hit over 100 yards on passing on the day. On the flat dance, just through his hands.
How many times today have we seen a the receiver really have his hands on the ball, then starts running, and then drops the ball? You know,
At least a couple times in this half, too.
yes. And cramps are developing for these kids. When they go on that bus today, they'll get them Gatorade. They'll have 4 or 5 Gatorades.
Yeah, you're going to have to have some kids standing on the bus just because they don't want to sit with their knees bent. Split eye here for Batesville.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground.
Who gets it?
I think
It is.
Jaisley got right on it.
He did.
Thankfully for the Bulldogs and Evan Ulry's team, breathes a sigh of relief there.
Week 2 next week, Cathedral of Brownsburg on the network, along with Hanover Central and Chittard. And a third game that will be added later on this week.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Excellent to hear. Yeah, Brownsburg Cathedral, that's going to be a good one.
Troy Derogowski on that call.
You said Brownsburg Cathedral? Or what did I hear you wrong?
Brownsburg Cathedral.
Nice.
At Marion University next week.
Oh, very nice. Third and 11. Jaisley whips it outside to Dance. Can he get the first down?
Oh!
Rumbling around is Damian Dance.
He got it.
Finally gets the line to gain.
Man, did he get hit, spun around, and kept his balance?
I don't think he knew where he was in relation to that first down marker. He just knew he had to get forward. He was spinning around like a laundromat.
Look at this. Here's the spin move. Bam.
That's almost 3. It actually was 3, I suppose.
Do you not think Triton Central wants to hit other people than their own players today?
There was a couple instances of friendly fire there.
Yes.
Jaisley on the outside, wide open is Damian Dance. Trying to keep the feet in bounds, but still gets another first down.
But he stayed in bounds. That's interesting. He stayed in bounds. 1 foot.
Just all it takes is the pinky toe.
Yeah, pinky toe. You know that very well. How many balls did you catch for Butler?
Tricky question.
How many touchdowns did you throw for Butler?
1 for 1 and a touchdown, baby. Check the record books.
I know. It's there on page 26 somewhere.
You actually might be right on. I think it's deep in there. I formation for Batesville off the big passing catch. And it'll be offside. Neutral zone infraction there on Triton Central.
You got to watch the ball.
Xavier Seabrook.
Taking his time here.
Jaisley inside. Here's Pullman again. First carry in likely almost a quarter since his touchdown catch.
But, you know, the quarterback taking his time for an offensive lineman to stay in that formation, that extra 10 or 15 is a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
Because you're especially now, you've played almost 2 hours and you're exhausted. And your quarterback's just having fun with you. It's like, come on, hike the ball.
And you're springy and ready to go.
Yes, sir. They just changed the play.
Jaisley, the quick screen outside to Dance. Gets the line to gain a little bit more. Damian Dance, man of the hour so far in this drive for Batesville.
Ball on the 24-yard line. Tell you what, this possession, very impressive.
Batesville has been really deliberate and methodical in the second half. This is their second drive of the second half, and Trenton Central has had the ball once.
Well, and this is what they did last year. Grind it.
Just grind it out.
Yep.
11-2 a season ago. Haven't had a losing season under Evan Ulrey yet. Working that left side on the toss. Good gain from Carson Hartley again. The sophomore continues to impress. 6'1", and you put him back there, running back, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Jaisley in out formation. Play clock under 10. On the option, Jaisley reverses Fields. Gets a good chunk out of that play. Good gain from the senior quarterback. First and 10. Think you keep it on the ground here, Keith?
I would.
Worked for you so far. The way that Batesville started this game, just really couldn't figure out this Triton Central defense. We're down 14-0. Jaisley, back of the end zone, in and out of the hands of Judd Rank. He's got 2 sacks today, almost had a touchdown to make the perfect debut for the 2024 season.
Here's something that just came off the wire. New Powell had the ball on the 1/8 inch line, was called for motion. The officials did not move the ball because it would have been in the end zone. Then they threw a post touchdown pass for the longest play in history of New Powell.
How about that? You just want to get out of your own way if you're in the back, like right at the end line.
I guess so.
Or goal line, rather. Incredible.
That will be on every network tonight.
Jaisley outside.
Did he get in? Did not.
Holman just coming up shy.
Beech Grove and Greenfield Central. Greenfield Central leads 50-8 with a running clock. Covenant Christian and Heritage Christian 41-6 with a running clock. We have a tight one here, 14-14, as a late player comes in.
3rd and goal. Everybody up front.
Push, push, push.
For Batesville. They give it. No, it's a fake. And a tumble into the end zone for Jaisley. Well, Jaisley puts the team on his back and scores a touchdown to give Batesville the lead.
Pretty impressive. I thought that ball was going to be short, and Jaisley did a nice job of winging to the touchdown zone. First lead for Batesville. Man, those big guys just moved the line, didn't they?
2 passing touchdowns for Jaisley. Now he adds a rushing touchdown. He had 6 a year ago. Really impressive stuff from the senior, and this one's up and good. First really clean PAT tonight for Batesville as well, mind you. 21-14, we go to break. See if Triton Central can tie it up.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
A clean slate, find your future in the cloud. We're a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed to innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. Call us at 866-885-3249. Also brought to you by Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Volunteer today, 317-686-6239.
I want to thank our sponsors for bringing high school football for you. 9 big weeks, plus sectional, regionals, semi-states.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Have it all for you here on IndianaSRN. Let's see if Triton Central can get back in this one.
Got to
A
get
good
to the
return
20.
would help.
Good. 23. That will work. Late flag.
Cash Compton on the return. This one's likely going to be coming back a little bit, though.
Another face mask penalty.
Well, that'll help Triton Central's case.
Is this going to be a 5-yard one, or is this going to be a 15 one?
I believe because it was on the ball carrier, it's going to be 15. We shall see. Five-yard.
Yep. Must have got on the crown of the helmet and it put him down. So 6 minutes, 44 seconds. You need to drive here.
Collier outside. That's a backward pass. Lofting. That is picked off. No, incomplete. Stenger had his hands on it. How about the trick play? That's a gutsy call.
With
from Tim Abel and his
with
staff.
6:35 to play in the fourth quarter? Yeah, I would think so.
And when you put a...
Look at this.
That was Braden Brown on the throw. Just
Right
lofted
here, I
it
think
for
he
Zeke
got
Robertson.
the ball, and then I think he dropped it when he made contact with the field. Don't forget to listen to Sports Talk tonight with Bob Level. Local stations, check it out.
Collier looking toward the sideline. He's got Robertson.
I don't
They're going
think
to
he
call
caught
it incomplete.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
good
ball
call.
came out.
Great call. You know, you need a first down here. You do not need Batesville to get this ball because I think they could just run out the clock, Joey.
They certainly have the capability to. They're a team that loves to get in the nitty-gritty. Love to just take this thing on the ground and take it home. By the way, do you see Willie Baugh, number 51, his arm sleeve?
Yes.
It says Waffle House on it. Very cool. I don't know where I can get one of those, but I need one.
Timeout.
Yeah, we'll take one here in IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
We do want to thank Officially Human. It's a big 3rd down and 10.
Out to Zeke Robertson in the flat. Robertson needs the wheels. Dance brings him down. Was he short of the line to gain? I think he was. That'll bring up 4th down
So
for Triton Central and decision
you go
time.
here?
You've got 2 timeouts. You're in a spot where you know your defense has struggled against the rushing attack, it's particularly in the second half. I think it's a good call going for it here, especially in 4th and 1.
This is called no play. You try to jump him off sides. You and see if
as much as you can out of it. Yeah, I'm with you.
You know who the best in the business was? Kenny Stabler with that.
He could throw anybody off.
Push, 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 push.
Collier,
Did he get
is he
it?
ahead?
He got it. No, he didn't.
I don't know.
Oh.
I can't even see him in the pile. He's got to be down there somewhere. They might call him short here.
Oh, I don't think he got it. They did
Batesville
not.
holds up.
Wow.
Beautiful work by this Bulldog defense.
Give him a star there. Woo.
Dogs are rolling on D, and in this second half, they came back from 14 unanswered in that first half.
Now.
It looked like a different team in the second half.
You don't even have to throw the ball here. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
That 4th down in the first half for Triton Central in plus territory looms large now because they had a chance to get another score in before the end of the half.
Both of these teams are going to be reckoned with in the year, though.
They're good.
Very good. Yes, sir.
What a way to kick off the season. Out to Dance on the screen. Will be brought down. Minimal gain. They're 5.5 to play. Triton Central a couple timeouts, so certainly think that you'd be able to get a stop here and siphon out some clock. You're willing to sacrifice that in order to get some timeouts in the back end.
Yeah, what you want to do if you're Batesville is maybe give this back to them at 2 minutes. You want to score, but if you give it back to them with under 2, because now you have to use your timeouts.
Triton Central, we know they can go fast with that spread offense.
Yes, they can.
We'll see. On the outside, Hartley gaining some ground, although he was nearly brought down in the backfield by Ben Wilkins. Surprised that Triton Central's not taking a timeout. Well, they have to now with the injury there for
slow to get up. He's got to leave for a play.
And is Willie Baugh. Mr. Waffle House himself.
Now, I think by rule, this could be a 25-second play clock instead of a 40.
And Triton Central doesn't have to take a timeout. Looks like Willie Baugh got off in time. Handoff.
Nothing.
To Pullman. You're right, nothing doing. That'll certainly bring up a timeout for Triton Central, unless they'd like to take their chances with more than 3 minutes or less than 3 minutes to play. I think you're good to not take your timeouts here.
Well, if you're Batesville, you don't throw the ball here.
Absolutely not.
No.
Run it down as much as you can. Hope for the best, hope for a first down.
Man, if you're Triton Central, that clock is just going too quick for you. 3:10 left to play.
Biggest play of the game right here. Batesville can put it away with a first down. And the Bulldogs will take a timeout.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. Ran it down to 2:57, timeout.
Ken Ulreed takes a timeout. Take one with him.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
4th down and 5 for Batesville. Game on the line.
I don't have any fingernails left. And it's only week 1.
You have been chattering over there. Jay-Z's going to throw. Back to Pullman in the backfield. He's got some room. There's a flag down. He's well shy of the first down.
What do we got on the penalty? Holding on Batesville. You got to decline this, don't you?
I think you get the ball back.
Yeah,
you
get the ball.
And you do. So Triton Central gets one more crack at it.
Now is where you need your home field crowd. And I just broke my 3rd pencil of the night. This is
it wouldn't be football season without it.
Just intense, and it's only week 1. I wonder if I can budget my pencils for next year.
Oh, you can expense those, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
I know the CEO.
Okay.
2:48 for Triton Central to work with. Outside. Crawford on the catch. Chandler, rather, on the catch.
Got the first down.
Sure did.
Clock is stopped. Still has 2 timeouts. Clock will run. Or did he say he was out of bounds? Oh, he called him out of bounds, Joey. That even helps you even more. Now it is running.
Collier.
Got him.
Lofting outside to Chandler. Gets another fresh set of downs for Triton Central.
Where was this at?
We knew he could whip it around a little bit.
Yep.
Took a little bit to get going.
2:22. Still haven't wasted a timeout. Batesville has 2 timeouts left. Knew this was going to be a great game.
First and 10 off the completion to Chandler. Collier gets the pressure. He's been sacked 5 times today and lofts this one away smartly.
that experience right there. That he's gaining the experience that he needs to do right there. Get rid of the ball.
Either way that you swing it, for both these teams, it's a great start to the season.
Very good.
What a great contest. Reason why both of them are pretty highly touted in their respective classes.
Be hard to put a player of the game here because they're playing so well.
Agreed. Depends on what we have remaining to be seen. Collier launching toward the sideline. Nobody home. 3rd down and 10 upcoming.
He might have got rushed there a little bit.
Maybe a miscommunication as well. Or he was just flat throwing that ball out. If that was the case, just throw it out of bounds. Don't even give an inch for them to try to catch up to it.
So now it's 3rd and 10. The longest 2 minutes of football.
It always is.
Final score, Greenfield Central 50, Beech Grove 8. End of the 3rd, Heritage Christian 48-6 over Covenant Christian.
Collier.
Got a flag.
Pressure toward the outside for Robertson. Too long.
See what the flag is here. Illegal shift. Decline here. Yeah, you had to decline here. Okay. So now we go, what, fourth down? 4th down and 10?
Yep.
Reset the clock. They're ready for play clock.
This is the game here if you're Triton Central. Got to have it to keep the drive alive. Chandler's been the guy in this second half. Robertson's been consistent all day. Collier wanted this big job for a reason.
You can hear the Batesville crowd.
Collier still looking, firing.
Oh!
Almost complete. In and out of the hands of Ethan Lacey, nearly caught by Chandler. Key breakup there. Batesville with 2 minutes until their first win of the season.
Man, what a play. Both teams have left this out on the field, I guarantee you. Triton Central's going to make some noise this year.
Just the first game,
First game of the year.
Cash Compton, in fact, actually had nearly had that ball in his hands. Slipped right through his fingers.
This is going to be run, correct?
It's got to be. There's some things that define a team, right? Batesville knows how to run the football. This is exactly what we'll see. Likely to Pullman. Just keeps his feet moving.
Timeout.
Yep. All you really need is another first down here. By the way, today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited.
Don't forget to listen to Bob Level tonight on Indiana Sports Talk. You can catch that on local stations around the state of Indiana. Listen for Joey. Joey will be highlighting our game, and the rest of our crew tonight will be highlighting their games as well. We wrap up some scores for you that we have officially here. Greenfield Central beats Beech Grove 50-8. Looks like Heritage Christian is going to beat Covenant Christian. They lead 41-6 midway through the fourth quarter. Jasper and Evansville Memorial at last tally. Memorial leads 23-0. Next week, 3 more games for you on the network. And we got some soccer for you tomorrow, volleyball during the week. Tune in right here to IndianaSRN, and encourage you to watch the sports page too. Log on to the sports page every day on IndianaSRN.org. Troy Derigowski does a great job with that.
Yes, he does.
Oh, he snapped the ball. I think that might be a false start on the center.
Little snap infraction.
Now you go back 5 yards.
Yep, certainly helps Triton Central.
Yes, sir. And nothing came off the clock. Want to thank Mr. Graham from Triton Central allowing us to do this game tonight. Find folks of both schools, the athletic departments, with all their help and stats they gave us all week. Coaches as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. Does not go unnoticed, that's for sure. Helps us do what we do and bring it for the kids. Pullman on the trap. Good run. Tumbling down. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Upcoming. Triton Central takes its last time out. And we'll take a break along with them for the finish of this game.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
3rd down and 3 upcoming for Batesville.
First down here wins the ball game for you.
Right. You can put this one away. If you get your first down here. You know that's on their mind. Likely if they don't get it, they'll probably still go for it.
Well, everybody wearing green is going to go be stripping for the football here.
Outside, Hartley gets the line to gain.
Did he get the
He
first
did.
down?
He looked like for a second there he got wrapped up just before. That is a first down, and Batesville, in all likelihood,
has just won a ball game.
Has just won their first game of the season. The old-fashioned way.
They earned it.
That was a this has been a game of back and forth momentum. Very few possessions separating these two teams. That 3rd quarter, they each had 1 possession each. Every snap ended up mattering in the end of the day. And they get to take victory formation in their first game of the season. And Evan Ulrey and his squad open the season with a W. Tim Abel, of course, will have his team ready to go. They are a tough out, whoever they play.
They will play Hamilton Heights next week at Hamilton Heights. Batesville will play Milan.
It is Milan. I said Milan earlier when you were out.
It is Milan?
No.
Oh.
I'm going with what you said.
Oh.
The Mississinawa gaffe that I had a couple of years ago.
Gotcha.
It still haunts me. I know now. What we do know for sure is these two teams have pretty bright futures in their respective classes. What a ball game here today, Coach.
With the score 21-14, I think both teams will learn a lot from themselves. you don't lose the season because you lost one game. You don't win the season with winning one game. At both the rivalry stays because this is going to be kind of fun for years to go.
Yes, it is. Hopefully we get to see it keep on going. Batesville winners in this one. Let's take a second to remind you of our sponsors that brought us the matchup here for you tonight. Reynolds Farm Equipment, leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermakers Local 374, representing highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group, we're in the business to create a better future for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. The Indiana Laborers District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and the affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And finally, the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updates, news, and more from coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. Well, for the coach, Keith Myers, for our cameraman, Mitchell Adams, for Sarah Borland, our producer, and Ben Wood, our director, I'm Joey Lindstrom saying so long for now. Batesville, the winners, 21-14 over Triton Central. This has been a presentation of IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.